Hey guys, I'm going to do my review on a 2017 Jeep Trailhawk I just bought, and kind of go over it with you, a few things on it, and the difference in the engine sizes and all that, from what I've read and everything else, and why I chose what I did. Some people may not, but I went with some people would. It's just kind of a mixed review on what people would choose and what they wouldn't. As you know, it comes with the i4, the optional, the inline 4 Tigershark engine, or the optional V6. What is that, 10-star or whatever? I chose the actual standard 4 Tigershark. It's an inline 4. I'm partial to inlines. They're pretty torquey. It's 187 horsepower. V6 is like, what, 2? It's almost twice the horsepower. Or, well, not twice, but another 100 horsepower in a V6. The reason why is because it's got a 9-speed transmission behind it, and it's supposedly they use the same 9-speed on both. And I know that there's been a few issues with the transmissions and everything, and I think the having nine gears, 9 speeds in a transmission with a 4-cylinder is plenty ample enough to get what gearing you need. Now, of course, you can't tow as much and everything else, but I think it's overkill, in my opinion. I'm going to show you guys what I got and show you underneath this thing, kind of. That's it right there. Just picked it up last night. Well, yesterday, all during the day. It's the Trailhawk, so it comes with, your tows. The front on the bottom is kind of different. It's got more of an approach angle. It's got factory skid plates. It's got a little beefier tires on it, lifted up a little higher, not much. You could always do that down the road, but you want to be careful on how much you lift something like this up, because it does have rear and front CV drive shafts instead of, or CV, axles instead of regular old axles like the Cherokees of old times. That's my dog Dora. Just gotta get around everything. That's the back. See Trailhawk there. Emblem. Anyhow, we chose. I was wanting white or black. She said white at first. My wife. I had to get her a automatic. She couldn't deal with the standard anymore. She hurt her back, so. And I did get a 100,000 mile drivetrain warranty on this thing. And so we're going to see how this sucker holds up over time. 100,000 mile drivetrain warranty, and they are going to tint my front windows to match the back and all that. It's always a hassle whenever you're doing these car dealer things, because they just want to try to rape you in every way possible. And I made him pay the sales tax. I made him get my windows tinted, and what else did I make them do, or try to make them do? Oh yeah, give me more for my trade-in. And they did. I'll have to admit, they worked with me some. And the dealer even looked at me, or the salesman, he's like, I'm not lying, man, but I only made $100 off your deal. And I was like, really? I doubt that, but alright, Trailhawk comes with locker in the rear. This is factory skid there. What's really cool is there's your oil filter right there on the 4. Straight shot down, perfect to change. Even with the skid plate right in the, right here, boom. Drain oil right here. Right here is the drain. Perfect, easy maintenance as far as an oil change. Couldn't ask for better. It's probably the easiest thing I've ever changed oil on, ever. Here's the CV axle. There's the way the suspension's kind of set up. Struts in the front. The rear has full coil. Nice and clean. Had 12 miles on it when I got it. Here's the muffler. They put it right in the back because you got the gas tank sitting up there underneath the back there. And what it looks like, yeah, it's sitting there. It's got skid plates underneath that. And then the drive shaft goes all the way from here, and it's got a couple of bearing caps up there, sleeves up there around the drive shaft because it's so long. It goes all the way to the front up there. Spray stuff here and there up there underneath the middle I noticed, and around. You can see it right over there. See it on the sides. It's like a protective coating. It's just like nuts. It's got remote start. You can actually start it from your cell phone and all that crap. It comes with all the kind of leather setup, Trailhawk stitching, whatnot. Inside, I haven't even taken the sticker off the Mantra thing yet. Emergency brake. That's kind of crazy. It's just a button. Something else to go wrong, but whatever. SD setup down there with the charging aux ports. You got your locker, 4-wheel drive low, descent control, auto, snow, sport, sand, mud, rock setup as far as what you want. I have no idea how to use this yet, but it's pretty cool. Anyhow, this is kind of what it looks like inside. Pretty simple. Pretty cool option though. Like on these is this right here. You pull it. You can see it's got storage under the seat. That's pretty sweet. The interior of this thing is awesome, and I'll give it rates as one of the best interior setups that I've seen. These seats fold flat down in the back like the old Cherokees did. If you want to lay something in there. Another thing I noticed about this Cherokee, well, one, the headliner ain't falling off yet. That's nice. But one thing I noticed about this, driving it home and stuff and driving around, was how quiet it is inside this thing when you're driving. The road noise is very minimal. They actually did a good job on that. It's pretty quiet. It feels good. You know, it's not, how do I say it, as nimble as some, like when you're turning corners and different things like that. It just feels more old school, you know, kind of an old school feel, but I like that. It's got all the setup. I mean, on this thing you can do everything. I mean, it's, you know, and of course with the new vehicles, you know, you get the XM stereo and all that crap. You know, this comes with all the stuff. The only thing I don't think I have on this thing is heated seats. I don't know how you could get much more. And you have a button to push to start and all that crap. If you, like, once you start it from the house, it'll start up, but then it will go and save, like on all your gauges and stuff will just be running just a little bit. Then you come in here and you actually push the start button and it actually pops on everything else, even though your motor's still running. It's kind of weird, man. Something just made a noise and I have no idea what it was. Anyhow, it wasn't me. So, this thing's nuts. 2.4 Tigershark engine. Big old electric fan in the front. All electric fan. I'm really partial to little engines. This is 187 horsepower, and that is plenty good enough. The body is fairly heavy on this thing, but with a 9-speed transmission, like I said, that's what I'm going with. Some people are like, oh, I want the power, and all that. And the V6, I'm not saying the V6 is bad. I'm just saying, you know, teach their own, you know, but I'm going to go with this one. Let's see what happens. So this is the setup here. All the submission bull crap that you see down here. Well, this is your O2 sensors running down through there. This is evidently your PCM or ECM. It's your main computer. You hit this button twice right here, I think. Yep, and it blinks. Boom, look at that, man. I'm in space. Woo! Sweet. Zoom with this, after you move out of the way, this right here, it's like a metal thing that, you know, kind of latches, and you can put something up against this. What's really cool is spare. My buddies, that is a Destination ATE Firestone. And I don't care what anybody says about Firestones. I run them on one of my Jeeps, and they freaking rock. Maybe it's because they got the crap suit out of them. I don't know. But that's a full-size spare, which rocks. And she'll shut. And lock. Doors are nice and heavy, seems like. What's really cool too is, like, you can walk up and it automatically unlocks with the key fob in your hand. Like, even if you have it locked. You have to wonder how hard this stuff will be to break into. Some kid out there is going to figure it out. Anyway. This is what I chose. You know, obviously if I wanted more power and more towing, I could have gotten the V6, and it wasn't like, I think it was like, what, an extra $1,400 or $1,500 just for the V6. And like I said, it's mixed opinions. Some would choose it, some wouldn't. I had the money, I could have gotten it. I mean, I was looking at both of them. And I didn't have a dealer talk me into what I wanted. I just took what I wanted. Leave me your reviews, you know. If you got something negative to say about it, say something negative. I don't really care. It's everybody to each their own and their opinions. This 9-speed transmission, I heard the module on it goes out. This crap. I've heard, you know, that's one of the main problems with the ones. Now, 2017, I don't know. This is brand new. Just came out, so this one they may have corrected something in this one. I don't know. They may not have changed a dang thing. But we'll find out how this thing is, how trail worthy it is to some degree. Also has all LED lights, front and rear. And you know, I think in the V6 it has where it would shut off at the stoplights and all that crap. And this one, it doesn't do that. I don't like that. I'm building a 4-cylinder right now that has considerably less power, and with the right gearing, it will do exactly what I want it to do. You don't. People think you gotta have a monster engine just to do anything. A tractor, people will go anywhere in 4-wheel drive if it has the right gearing. So I'm relying more on the gearing from this transmission than I'm relying on the power from the engine. Got it. Paired phones. There, that's mine.